What is going on, Trash Talkers? We are back with another episode for you. In today's video, we're going to give you our season preview for the Green Bay Packers. All that and much more coming your way right now! Alright, before we get into today's video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video as it will help us out tremendously. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video. Alright, Nick, with training camps ready to get started, we have yet another season preview to get to today. Today we're going to be talking about the Green Bay Packers, and the Packers have gone through quite the facelift if you take a look at this team as opposed to last year. We start off with some of the key additions that they made to this team, starting off with the 2022 NFL Draft. Two massive first-round picks in Quay Walker, the big linebacker out of Georgia, and his teammate Devonte Wyatt, the big-time defensive tackle out of Georgia as well. When you take a look at some of the players that they were able to bring in, Jarran Reed, big defensive tackle from the Kansas City Chiefs. You also saw Sammy Watkins come over from the Baltimore Ravens. This is going to add some dynamic depth to this defense specifically, and giving Sammy Watkins yet another speedster to Aaron Rodgers is going to help him provide the offense that they are looking for. On the other side of things, when you take a look at some of the players that they lost, Billy Turner and Marquez Valdez-Scantling, two role players, Billy Turner obviously being the starting right tackle, MVS being one of those guys at 6'4", you cannot replicate what this man brought to the table, but nonetheless, this is a completely new team for the Green Bay Packers as they head into 2022. And Nick, I want to bring you in here, taking a look at their schedule, taking a look at the first 6 weeks. What is on the docket for the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, starting with the first 6 weeks of the season, we have the Green Bay Packers going 4-2, but they get off to a rocky start in week 1, going up against the Minnesota Vikings, the team that just stole away two of their top players on defense, namely Za'Darius Smith. This guy is going to be a massive threat. Going up against Aaron Rodgers in week 1, he's looking to go after his former quarterback and make a statement on his new team. This is an overhauled defense for the Minnesota Vikings. They have new head coach Kevin O'Connell, who's looking to update this offense for the Vikings, make it more of a pass-heavy threat with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson being the focal point. That offensive line has seen improvements for the Vikings as well, and I just think at the end of the day, it's going to be too tough for the Green Bay Packers with all of they have lost and the players on the Vikings having improved, going to be able to get past them. The Packers are going to have to find their way. But going through the rest of the first 6 games, they do find their way. Outside of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who usually have the number of the Green Bay Packers, we see in week 4 that the Packers are able to get a big victory over Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. This is a tough game against a tough head coach who knows how to play against some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And Mac Jones, a quarterback on the rise, making improvements with all of the new weapons the Patriots have added. This is going to be a big game for the Packers to prove that they can go up against tough teams and come out on top. They will be able to handle themselves in the NFC even through a tough playoff run. This is where the Packers start to make their mark.
Absolutely. Through week 6, 4-2, not a bad start. And then we go through week 12, the next 6 games, and it's a bit spotty, just going win-loss all the way through. If you take a look at some of these wins, they're not impressive. The Bears, the Giants, the Jets, the Commanders, the Lions, these are not impressive teams. The Patriots barely scraped by and made the playoffs last year. The Tennessee Titans are kind of rebuilding after the injury to Derrick Henry and losing A.J. Brown this year. So these are teams that the Packers should be beating. But when you take a look at their losses, the Vikings, the Buccaneers, both improved. The Bills, the Cowboys, the Eagles, all much improved. When you take a look at the Bills in week 8, I think that the Buffalo Bills are arguably one of the best football teams in the NFL. And this is a team that is going to make a statement in Buffalo against the Green Bay Packers. They are here, they are for real, and who better to make that statement against than Aaron Rodgers? Then in week 10, we see the Dallas Cowboys getting a victory over the Packers. This is one of those games that's going to go back and forth. The Packers and the Cowboys play each other extremely well. Two historic franchises going at it, but when it's all said and done, the defense of the Dallas Cowboys will be able to make a final stop against the Green Bay Packers. And in week 12, this might be surprising to some of you Packers fans, but the Philadelphia Eagles are one of the most improved, if not the most improved team in the NFL this offseason. What they have been able to do on the offensive side of the ball and some of the key acquisitions that they made in the draft have really bolstered this team to not only be a threat in their own division, but throughout the NFC and possibly the rest of the NFL.
And then looking at the last 6 games of the season, the Packers ending 10-7 on the year, and with a late bye in week 14, they have struggled to keep that momentum up through the season, being up and down all season long. And then we see them coming out of the bye week on a back-to-back loss streak, starting off against the Rams in week 15. The Rams seem like the strongest team in the NFL right now with the roster the way it is. They're going to be an extremely tough team to go up against, and I just don't think the Packers have what it takes to go up against what Sean McVay has put together. And then week 16, the Miami Dolphins adding Tyreek Hill this offseason. Jalen Waddle was a stud in his rookie season. This is an overhauled team. They have added a lot of weapons, and they're going to have some surprise games, this being one of them, where Aaron Rodgers just won't be able to get the offense going. Tua is going to get his offense rolling with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, and that's going to be too much for Jaire Alexander and the rest of this defense to stop. The edge rush for the Packers won't be able to get there. With Teron Armstead blocking for this offensive line now, it's a much improved team that will be able to get past the Packers in a very big upset loss. But then ending the season on a back-to-back win streak to make them 10-7, is that enough for them to make the playoffs? We don't know. We'll have to find out as we go through the rest of the division and the rest of the NFL season predictions.
For sure. So make sure to stay tuned with our series. Make sure you're following game by game, team by team. We will get through all 32 teams and then take care of the playoffs as well. So be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.